is it time for us in this room and throughout the country to have an India plus one strategy? Because no, in how long this can last, how long these kind of returns can last, I'm sure is a doubt that many of us have. You don't as yet have a global fund. Any plans to go there?
So, first of all, obviously, with a lot of restrictions right now, it's restricted. You can't launch any global funds right now because mutual fund as an industry has hit the limit. The point which we are trying to highlight, yes, India is in a very unique situation. To emerge India as an asset class will take some more time. My personal sense is that maybe by end of 2025 or beginning of 2026, that's a time when global market for whatever reason start underperforming or consolidating, then India re-emerges again. If you are looking at purely from valuation aspect, yes, well, markets are slightly stretched, answer is yes. The moment you bring liquidity aspect, what's for liquidity in 2000? Versus 2024, we are few hundred times. If I have to look at the second aspect, when you're talking about valuation is the one dimension, second dimension we bring a liquidity. There is no sign of any problem. Third aspect you bring, the third dimension you bring is all about the risk appetite sentiment. What was the sentiment of 2007-8? India barely managed that crisis. 2018 versus even 2024. The perspective is very different. India is in a very different league. So the third dimension is not also giving you any signs. So when we talk about these three dimension aspect into angle, then you realize the problem is only in one dimension, two dimension data. So 2/3 weightage is supporting the bull run, 1/3 is not supporting. And that's the reason we bring the fourth dimension, the timing. So a lot of people think timing is a risk mitigation tool. Timing as an analytics is a function of all three: valuation analytics, risk appetite analytics, and liquidity analytics. When you combine as a whole, you get a very different answer. And that's the reason I'm saying, if you have a big vision, 10 years perspective, few decade perspective, India will emerge as a separate asset class, but it will take some time, maybe a year or two.
All right.
If you believe India manufacturing story or India infrastructure story, then I think all mid and small will do very well. Maybe it has done extremely well in last 3-4 years. So maybe next 1 year, 2 years, it can correct, it can consolidate. If you can assess your risk appetite and your investment horizon, then I think you will be a winner in this game. What is very important to understand is a decadal opportunity. We are not worried about if you have that vision, then definitely mid and small will do very well. And particularly small, because the challenge with this mid-cap space as per SEBI definition is between only 100 to 150s, till 250. So only 150 stocks are there. The challenge is more for mid-cap space, unless SEBI changes, which industry bodies are talking about. We are also harping that you should make top 200 stocks are there, and top next 300 should be mid-cap, and beyond 500 should be small cap. So there is extraordinary opportunity in small cap. There are thousands of stocks are there. So if you believe India manufacturing story, infrastructure story, but don't get carried away. Don't get sucked into some hype which get created, because people notice stocks when you get into this breakout sort of zone or something people are talking about, written about. But if you have patience, keep on identifying these winners, but look at from a decadal opportunity. So we remain very constructive, more on the small cap versus mid cap, because the basket itself is very unique.